Hello everyone. Hello everyone. How are you all doing? Hello you all. How are you guys doing today, tonight? This is Catalina from Catalina's Visions. How are you all doing? No, I had a good day, but I was with a lot of people today because my sister's cousin-in-law passed away, and I had to go to the funeral. And we'll never really get used to death. We can never get used to it, even though we know we all gonna pass through it. But how are you all doing, guys? How was your day? This week I got to rest a little bit. I had a few days off. I was home, doing my thing. I hope you all had a wonderful week. Today, guys, I was watching a video of a girl from TikTok. I always talk about parents, mostly about the fathers that don't usually be there. Not all of them, but a lot of fathers have the tendency to not be there for their children as their children growing, and we know that how much those kids gonna miss. We all who had our parents there, we are lucky. There's some kids that don't have the opportunity to have their parents there with them. It's a very hard thing to go through. But we're not perfect, but we can always trying to make changes in our lives, especially when we see our children as our children growing. Today I was watching a girl. She's 22. She was talking about she is a teacher, a ballet teacher, and she was talking about the kind of music those little kids from 3 to 5 that she's teaching ballet are listening, and they're asking her to play that music instead of focusing in the kind of music, classic music that they're supposed to play in the ballet so they can learn. She was saying that if you want to hear about that music, it's very disturbing, because I had never really paid attention to it. But today when I went to listen, after I heard her talking about it, and then I went to listen to that music, and that music, it's like, it's pound, like, no. What's the name of the music, Mariah? Pound Down, Pound Town, Pound Town. From Sexy Something, like a girl that, what's the name of the girl who sang it? Sexy Red, okay. But, those kind of music, it's really disturbing when you see that, like a little kid, like 2, 1, 2, 3 years old they're learning. And we as Black people, we need to do something better. We need to do better. You know, even if we have made mistakes, we can always try to make things better for our children growing. You know. Hello, Queen Bonia. Ria, how are you, Queen? How are you, Clifford? Story. How are you all doing? Thank you for watching. So, those little kids that are listening to that kind of music that is saying pound down, it's very disturbing. And if you guys go and listen to that, I didn't finish listening to it, but I already see when I was listening to it, that little part that I heard, I didn't have to hear more. Because you can see what the girl was talking about. And those are kind of words that are disturbing so for those kids growing. And we need to do better. As we're raising our children, we made mistakes. We are not perfect. But we can do better. Especially eyes always on us. Everything, they always blame us. You know, it seems like nobody ever do anything wrong, but the Black people always do something wrong. But we can do better. You know, we are classic people. We are, you know, respectful people. We can get people to respect us too. Not everything they have to blame Black people. Even though like there are people, even though they are part of Black too, they act like they are not Black. You know, they think that they are white people too, but they know deep down that they are not white. You know, we have to do better in raising our children and do what is best. Like that girl, I agree with her 100%. Because when you hear that music, it's very, very disturbing. And if you hear that music and you think the same thing, and saying that if a kid that age, 2 years old, 3 years old, 4, 5 years old, and this is the only music that they want to hear because when they were so disrespectful to that teacher, she's carrying herself in a way for the kids to get example. But if at home the parents are not doing the work that they're supposed to do, how that teacher is going to be able to teach those kids? We can do better. And, you know, knowing what kind of music, especially those kind of music that is so bad. And when those kids are so smart, no matter how they will figure it out what kind of words that is saying in that kind of music. So I just wanted to bring that up because young mothers, young fathers, please pay attention to those kind of environments and the kind of things the kids are listening to. Especially at that early age. It's like they're feeding the kid. The way that you're feeding it is like a food that you're feeding it, and it's gonna stay, that thing is gonna stay in their mind as you're feeding them throughout those years. And we have work to do. For as it concerns those kids, we have a lot of work to do in watching over the kids, so we know what are they listening. And even though mine is 13 years old, sometimes I check to see what she's listening. I just go and pick up the thing and see what she's listening to make sure. And if they're listening to something, I still run after my son. Like the other day, my son said that he's like trying to do music with his friends. And I said, let me hear, the rhythms. You know what I'm saying? I said, let me hear what kind of music. And then he was he acted a little bit funny about showing me, but he showed me. And I said, okay, you're making efforts. But there are some words that are in it. Remember, there are kids that are going to be involving. Like in listening of your music, you need to know. You don't have to be nasty and saying words. You can be decent in the kind of music that you planning to do. Because a long time ago, like I was listening to that guy too, talking about the same thing about the pound town music. When we were growing for real, even if somebody would want to try to say something, they wouldn't just say the bad word. They would say it in another way for people that don't get offended, or at least people could listen to it. And we have to do the same. Otherwise, hi, Queen, how are you? Queen Soleil, thank you so much. Voland, how are you doing? Thank you guys for watching. And if you want to comment too, you can comment. Because when I'm talking about this, like that music, Pound Town, about Sexy Red, who sang that music, and like all those kids, the little kids are twerking. They're twerking and they're listening, they're singing that music. And you know what kind of words that are in that song. So we have to pay attention about the music. Thank you. The music the kids are listening, because the kids are the future of the world. How that world's gonna be if those kids don't have any structure. If those kids don't have any structure, they don't have any, they just say things. They don't have a way to think what they're saying. It's not right. Those kids supposed to be growing with dignity. They have to have a way to carry themselves, to know that there are certain things they cannot repeat. You cannot just tell a teacher to shut up because the teacher is talking to you. You tell the teacher to shut up. You all who have children, we need to talk to the kids as they are little, to let them know that those words, when the teacher talking to you, this is unacceptable to tell the teacher to shut up. Because if the teacher is trying to teach you something, and then you said, as a little kid, you answer this kid like that, the teacher like that, how is it at home? So you're going to get to a point, you're going to tell your parents the same thing. This is the reason why I wanted to have that live tonight, to let you all know that we can do better. This kind of music that the kids are listening, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, and even some grown-ups are not even gonna listen to those kind of music because they are disturbing. So I'm not talking against, I'm not blaming those people who, or that you have the right to do whatever music you want to. But, hello, hi Evanson, how are you doing? Thank you for watching. If you don't know, like, I'm not blaming you to do your music, but certain music like that should stay for grown-ups who wants to hear. It cannot be like national like that for every little kid. And you know you're supposed to have as a, artist, it would be great to have Mr. Eli, how are you doing? Jenny, as like artist, you're supposed to have a positive impact on those little children growing. Because if you have, because you are a big part of those kids' lives, because if those kids are like watching you and they're liking your music, you should do better. You should do something that is like correspond to those children, so they don't hear those bad words, that things that are the kids are forcing to grow up too early for their age. The kids must grow as kids. There's time for them to be to that position. Okay, they can hear whatever they want to hear. They can choose to hear whatever they want to hear. But at that age, it's too early. It's like they're forcing to be grown without being grown. So this is what I wanted to talk about, so we can all watch, watch out for our children as they're growing. Because like if those little kids get to a place and everybody's acting right and then they're not acting right, and even if a kid could hit your child in school, and the kids are fighting, like they're arguing with one another. But if the teacher told you as a parent, you should consider that and go talk to your kid, not telling the teacher that and then using the F word or using the B word about that little kid, and then to the teacher. You're supposed to be able to talk to your little kid too, because at the end of the day, the teacher is watching for your kid too. Is teaching your kid. And you should, if you don't respect the teacher as well, the kid will never respect the teacher. And the kid saw how you answering the teacher, that kid will never really follow the rules of that teacher. Even if you know your child would be right in doing something, you still have to talk to that kid when you get home to let them know what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. And we all have work to do for your own children. You know, especially those little ones that are too little to hear those kind of music. And then they're repeating it. They think because they know better. They don't know better. They're gonna repeat it everywhere they go. They think it's funny. They think it's a good thing, and the parents are not applauding them doing and singing those same songs that is destroying our kids. And those artists who's doing that kind of songs, they're just making their money. They don't care about those little kids. They're just making their money. They just want fame, but not worrying about the negative impact that's gonna have on those little kids that are growing, and especially if you are a musician, you're doing those big hits, those kids gonna love you because they're gonna wanna hear your music. Why not having, especially the way the world is going, why not having a positive impact on those little kids, especially your race? Try to do better and for those kids that are coming, that are the future of the world, you know. And I believe that we all can do better. And the way we carry ourselves out there, the way we carry ourselves. Hi John, how are you? How are you doing? I hope you're here with me next week or the following week. You know, hello Patrice. So, hello Atalaye, Kabuyao. So no, how are you doing? So, this is what I wanted to talk about those little kids. Like, hopefully some people would share my content. Please share my content, send it to other people, because we need those little kids that are growing to grow better, healthier, with confidence. They don't have to, you know, do what other people do in a negative way, you know. So they know, I hope that they know that there are people who care for them. You know, a lot of people care about those kids, but the parents have to make sure, especially those young parents, they have to make sure that grown up things are for grown up. And we need to do better. And, you know, if we choose to listen to a kind of music, we should do it when the kids are not around. Because there are music that kids can listen. There are some that are not. Definitely not for those little kids. So this is what I wanted to talk about today. and like I had said, I still have planned to do that event the 9th of December, even though I'm still preparing, and hopefully I will get some donations helping me through that event to make it possible for those little kids. Like, even though it's not gonna be a large variety, but at least whoever is coming, we make it, beautiful. We make it, worthwhile for those kids, to have a beautiful holiday, and I hope that you guys can share my contents and subscribe to my channel and support me. Please support my visions, and like I had said that for the project that I have for those the event for those kids for the holiday, it's for kids that are bullied, abused, kids that are like suicidal. We need those kids to grow stronger. Hello, Anita. How are you? How are you, sis? We need those kids to grow stronger, with confidence, so the kids know that they are valued, they are loved, they are important. We need to let those kids know in our community, so those kids don't take, like, when somebody try to bully them or make them feel bad, so they already have the confidence to answer with confidence. They don't have to curse. They don't have to say anything negative, because they already know that they don't have to go down that way with anybody else. They grow. We need those kids to grow with confidence, with values, so they know. Some kids may, like, they might feel like somebody care for them, but they don't really know, like, for real, like, is that person care for me for real? So we have to let them know, so they can put in their head, so they can grow, and let whoever is trying to hurt them know that they know better, and not put up with those bullies, not put up with those name callings, not putting up with those people who's trying to hurt them, so they will know that, Miss Catalina didn't tell me that I am bad. She said I am a good person. She said I am beautiful. She said I am, valued. I am important. And those kids have to know in their head that they are important. They have to grow with that confidence. That confidence for them to know that, they're not going to put up with anything that somebody is trying to hurt them, it's saying to them. So I hope that you guys can understand what I'm trying to do, and help me with that. Anybody who wants to join me, and like, to make it possible for those little kids, and helping them and growing, and other communities, like, I am in Naples, and there are people in other communities that can do the same thing, trying to get involved in their communities, and empowering those children that are growing, so those kids are growing, knowing that they have people who care for them, and nobody's gonna let them down. because so many kids are killing themselves. You don't know what happened to them. And not too long ago, there was another kid who just killed himself, like about maybe 3 weeks ago, killing himself. And sometimes when we see a kid is happy, and then you see all of a sudden that kid that kid is not smiling, that kid is acting different. We have to pay attention to those kids, because we don't know what is happening to those kids when they staying. Like, something bad could have happened to that kid, and he was a very happy kid, and then all of a sudden, and he wasn't smiling. Something happened. We don't know, but only God knows. And that kid knew. So let's do the things in the communities to make ourselves available, make ourselves available to help our communities, and hopefully we can get the help that is necessary to help those kids, especially with that idea that I have to help like those kids around the holidays, and in which I'm looking for people who can help me financially to make that happen, because like if I want to help more, what I have cannot get it. I cannot do it on my own. Otherwise, I would just go visit kids in the children's hospital, or whatever I can do. I will do it anyways. But if I don't get enough help to help me get that activity, that event for those kids, I will just cancel it, and then go to like home that I know some kids. I can carry some gifts for them for the holidays, and then go to children's hospital, or where they have the group homes, like bring some gifts for the kids. However I can do it, I'm gonna do it anyways, whether I do the event or not. But if I can do the event, that would be very good, so the kids can have fun. The speakers can speak to those kids to let them know that they are important, they are valuable. They have their place in the society, and they should not listen to what people tell them that they are like especially if it's in a negative way. So they can know that they don't have to put up with that. So we can save some lives, so those kids can survive, because too many children are killing themselves, and it's not fair. So this is what I wanted to talk tonight. And then about those children, the music, those little tiny children are listening, and hopefully parents are listening and make that change, because there are some musics that are for grown-ups, and then some musics for the children, and the children have to grow knowing, because they are innocent, they don't know anything, and whatever they get to feed their brain, that's what's gonna stay. And we don't need that. We don't need that. We need to make a change in our lives. Make change in our lives in a positive way. Because a lot of, and always is, they always look at in the negative parts and not looking the positive parts. But let's do better. Let's try to do better in our community. And whoever wants to join me, I would really appreciate it. I would really appreciate in helping in the community in however I can. So this is what I wanted to say tonight. Hello, Wally. How are you doing? It's been a while. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you all. I love you all. I hope you have a beautiful evening, night. So I will see you another time. Hopefully John will join me the next time, or anybody who would choose to join me so we can talk. And a big shout out to John Baldia and Valerie Donema. Thank you guys for sharing the podcasts with me whenever it's possible. And I'm looking for more people who wants to be involved, because I have more ideas in what we're gonna do in our community and to make the show growing more. So hopefully I get some positive inputs and helping me growing. So I hope you. Yes, Mandela Clinic will support that. Thank you so much, John. Thank you so much. I know that I always count on that, and I know that I already have Mandela Clinic support, and I really appreciate that. So I know that you wanna do a lot of great things too in the community. And you already are doing great things, and you are helping a lot of people in the community, and and hopefully, and people remember we have Mandela Clinic. It's writing on my page. If you are living in Naples, his name is Jonathan Baldia. Please, you can call that clinic, or I can put the number for the clinic. If you want to lose weight, if you want to go to the doctor, you want somebody who wants to, if you need someone who will look out for you, you can call Mandela Clinic, because I trust John. He can take care of you. And I'm not the only person who can say that. A lot of people are talking about that. And I hope you take that opportunity and to contact Mandela Clinic and be one of his clients. So he is in Bonita. I can put the address for the clinic, and then I'm gonna put the number for the clinic, so you guys know, in case you are in the Naples area. Even if you are somewhere else. Hi Raymond, how are you? Even if you are somewhere else, you can still contact him, and he will talk to you, and you can communicate. However, you want the help, he can help you, even if you're not living in Naples. So try to contact Mandela Clinic and be Jonathan's client. He will take care of you. He will take care of your health. So this is Catalina. Hi, Susanna. How are you doing? So he will take care of you. So I hope you guys can support me in my visions. Oh, something I forgot to tell you guys. I have a message for the holidays that's gonna come out. I'm supposed to upload it on Amazon. And I think I'm gonna put it in TikTok shop as well too. So as soon as I upload it, I will let you know, so you can go. If you wanna send like a message or like a card to your family, you can go to Amazon, and I'm gonna put it on my website as well, so you guys can order it from my website or on Amazon. I'm gonna try to get it ready for them, so you guys can send messages to your family. And this is a beautiful message. It's a poem, but it's like a message. So poem expressions. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all. I hope that you can share my contents. I hope that you can continue supporting me. You know, please share for me, please, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Catalina's Visions. And this is my stuff are not ready yet on my website, but it's gonna be catalinasvisions.com. So when it's ready, I will let you know, so you can go there and check out if you wanna order and send to your family, to your friends, to whoever. Like, this is a beautiful message. So I will see you guys soon. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I love you all. Please stay safe, and God bless. I'll see you next time. Bye.